Hey you guys, so today I'm gonna show you how I got my fuzzy, angry queen looking from this to this, happier and even pregnant, you guys. Documenting this all the way from October 2020 to January 2022. Okay, you guys, so I first put my Queen Anthurium in my cabinet in October 2020. She lives here in this cabinet. This is the IKEA, it's the Millspo cabinet from IKEA. Yeah, she lives here. There's some grow lights. These are LED plant lights. They're the Barina LED lights. Now I remember. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about some tips and some things that I do differently now and some corrections. So here, my humidity is at 71% and 72 degrees. So you guys, I'm here to tell you that you don't need that much humidity. My queen is thriving, she's flowering, and the humidity is only about 50%, and it's about 50 degrees right now. It's winter time, and she's pregnant. As long as you have good air circulation, I have these fans. I still have them to this day. I turn them on at least like every other day, and that's okay. You can open up your cabinet too. Now I'm gonna talk about my biggest mistake, and that is spraying the leaves while this is in this cabinet. If you spray the foliage, you gotta make sure that your fans are running and the water is evaporating fast enough, because these water droplets tend to stay on the leaves and it causes all this damage. So if I were you, I wouldn't spray them. I don't spray them anymore. And as you can see in this next clip, my leaves are better because I stopped watering. And I only noticed this because I'm kind of lazy. I got kind of lazy. And then I'm like, hey, the new leaves look better. I haven't been spritzing them. I haven't been spraying them. So yeah, if I were you, I wouldn't spray them unless you have fans running 24/7 and you see that the water evaporates. It doesn't need it. Talk about what I regret the most, and that is growing it in sphagnum moss, because it dries out super fast, and I feel like my queen would have a better root system and a combination of substrates. Don't get me wrong, she's growing. The leaves got really big. She got pregnant. That's because I started watering more frequently. But yeah, if you're going to put it in moss, please, you're going to have to water it a lot, especially if you're going to put it in the cabinet. The cabinet dries up the moss so quick. So here, I'm just repotting it because it has a good root system, but the leaves kept dropping and dropping. Don't get me wrong, it always created new foliage, bigger foliage, but I feel like if it had a better root system, it would sustain the leaves instead of dropping them each time. So yeah, I got it off. I repotted it again in moss, but future me is gonna repot it in leca, sphagnum moss, perlite, and a combination of more substrates. So yeah. Okay, you guys, it's MILEENA in the future, and let me tell you about my queen. It is 2022, and she still lives in this cabinet right here. I know y'all can see her. She's like right there. Look at her. And she is pregnant. I wasn't kidding when I told you guys that she's pregnant in the cabinet with a lot of friends now. She has pollen, that's what I mean by she's pregnant now. Like, wow, I got her to flower. That leaf, it's literally about maybe like 18 inches. We switched her from the top to the bottom now. Look at her. And you can see it has some damage on that leaf because the light kind of hit the leaf and it burned it. Okay, you guys, so I'm just gonna get her out and show you guys. But look at the inflow, you guys. So yeah, all that is pollen, you guys. I can't believe it. She has pollen. Head test. Look at the head test in comparison. She is huge, you guys. Look at the leaf. It has almost no damage other than this burnt damage on the earlobes, which I'm so sad, but it's fine. And this other leaf, it only has 2 leaves now. It looks like it's gonna be ready to go soon. I might just chop her so she can stop yellowing, because I feel like she's trying to tell me that she's yellowing, but I don't want her to go, you guys. I don't. So I don't know if I should cut her and try to salvage her or not. But yeah, that inflorescence is literally sucking up all the energy. Just chop the inflorescence because I can't get her pregnant. This is already the 2nd stage. The 1st stage, she produces the nectar, the little liquid or whatever, and then she produces the pollen, and then you just pick up the pollen, and then you can, like, you have to give her the pollen when she's on the 1st stage. So yeah, it's too late. Back then, I grew it in sphagnum moss, which I still am. And I regret it because it dries up so quick and I'm so lazy. Recently, I've been on top of it though. As y'all can see, I put more moss on top. It's good to put moss. Don't get me wrong, moss is beautiful. It's good. But I have her in the cabinet, so she dries up so fast, you guys. But I have her in moss, but then she has a new root right there. There's a new root and I'm growing it. I saw the new root and I'm like, I want it to get big. So I put perlite in this water reservoir because this is kind of like it helps me to have like a little reservoir where I put like I soak it all the way and then it has water still. So I put a little tray and it pretty much wicks up all the water that it needs. So that's how I've been maintaining it alive, and I feel like it likes it. But I feel like it likes the perlite too, because this root is getting so big, you guys. So I'm happy. So I want to put her in moss, perlite, some bark, a little leca balls. I just want to do a combination because if y'all seen, I think my 2nd to last video, I repotted my monstera, my huge monstera that's like over there, and she loves it. Look, that's the substrate right there. It loves it. The roots grew so fast in just a couple weeks. Oh my god, I just hit the queen. I'm sorry, your majesty. Oh my god, what else can I tell you guys before I have to wrap up the video? Because I feel like this video is already long, you guys. Okay. Yeah, so I'm growing her in sphagnum moss. I grew her in sphagnum moss. She came in dirt, but I switched her up. I got her on eBay. It was really small. It was really, really small. I'm growing her in my IKEA cabinet. Humidity. Now it's 88. That's not fair, you guys. It's 88 because it's gonna rain. And the weather is only 48. Yeah, 48. It lives in 50% humidity. So don't believe the high humidity people. I mean, it loves humidity. It can live in high humidity, but it can also live in low humidity, you guys. All you gotta do is acclimate her, and I feel like that's why she had the damaged leaves at first when I put her in the cabinet. Not only that, but like I said, don't spray your leaves if you don't have aeration or some fans that'll dry up the water droplets in like a couple hours. If it's more than 2 days and it's still wet, that's how it gets the damage. And here, and you can tell if it's getting like a lot of water when you see the leaves, the back of the leaves have like, they look kind of wet, and this kind of looks a little wet, so it's kind of scaring me. But I haven't watered her. I watered her maybe like last week. No, maybe like 4 days ago. But I have her in perlite, so it's okay, you guys. So yeah, that's how I water her. I water her every 2 weeks. If I'm good, every week and a half. Unless like the moss is dry, so that's how I can tell. But she's been loving it. Yeah, I don't water her frequently, even though she dries up quick. Yeah, she has pollen. I saved some pollen. I'm gonna have a feature video on pollen and how to collect it, how I collect it, how it's in my fridge. It's my first sperm in my little sperm bank. Oh my god, so funny. Those are my tips to growing big, huge leaves. This is like my head and my boobies and like a little bit of my waist. She's like so long, you guys. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna repot her right after I chop this inflow. I'm most likely gonna repot her, but we're gonna see. I'm probably gonna cut the inflorescence. I'm gonna see what this leaf does. If it yellows and it looks like it's gonna go, then I'm gonna repot her because she's only gonna have 1 leaf. But what's saving me is this new healthy root. So regardless, she's gonna live. And if I repot her, I might be tempted to cut her. Yeah, I cut her. I chopped her once. I'm gonna have that video, find out if I have a baby somewhere in there or not. So please do subscribe, you guys. I'm gonna try to post more plant videos because I have all these rare beauties that I haven't showed you guys, and I have all these tips. I've been a plant hobbyist for almost 2 years, you guys. So yeah, I love it. And COVID is gone and I still am in love with my little cute plants. So yeah, let me know if y'all want a part 2 on Miss Queen Anthurium. If y'all want like more tips, I can show y'all more tips, but I'm pretty much covered everything. One last thing, it's growing on this clear pot that I got on Amazon. It's pretty good. I love it because you can monitor the roots, and I'm gonna probably leave her in here. We'll see when I unpot her. But yeah, good airflow. She loves airflow. So if you have a cabinet and you have a queen and you're wondering like, why isn't she thriving? She loves airflow. She loves airflow. Humidity can be less than 70. I know people say 70 or above. That's BS. Mine is so big and she doesn't get that much humidity. Lighting, I do have my lights and I run them, let's see, I turn them off at night when I go to sleep. Everything's off because then I won't be able to sleep. But I leave them on, I would say, for like more than like 8 hours. Way more, like at least 12 hours. And then she gets morning sun, like maybe like 2 hours of morning and afternoon sun. Other than that, that's all she needs for lighting. And then watering every week and a half, every 2 weeks. Airflow, I run those fans at least like every other day for the full day. So yeah, she loves her airflow. Sphagnum moss, she loves it. It's great. Just know that it's gonna dry up. That's why I want to change her. Other than that, Fuzzy Queen is not so fuzzy after all. I got her to be pregnant, and hopefully I'll have babies in the future. So if you like this video, please do subscribe, you guys. Follow me if you want on my social media. My socials are at MILEENA GLAM on Instagram, Facebook at MILEENA GLAM. See, Snapchat, I'm sorry, at StevieSexy10. TikTok at MILEENA GLAM. So yeah, follow me. Go DM me. Let's talk about plants. Maybe we could do a trade. You never know. But yeah, I hope I taught you a thing or two. Don't be intimidated. I first got, I'm gonna just tell you all the tea. I got my queen for $320, and now you can find it at Equigenera for like $60, $59.99, which is mind-blowing. Oh my god. But that was like about 2 years ago, so plant prices go up, they go down, so it's all good. But yeah, don't be intimidated. She grows, she lives. Just take care of her. And I don't think I'm ever gonna get her out of this cabinet. She loves it, and hopefully one day she's gonna just take over the whole cabinet and it's just gonna be her, and I'll be happy. It was nice talking to you with the queen herself, Your Majesty. Good night. I hope you come back for part 2 or maybe some other videos. But yeah, bye bye.